left it like I left it. There we go. All right, there we go. Now we're in business. Gotta love YouTube. It's hot. Hey everybody. Hold on, let me go to my own channel so I can see, because I can't see the comments or anything. Let's see. Let's mute that. What in the world? I knew somebody was gonna say something as soon as I got on here. Hey Mahogany, it's been a long time. I know. How have I been? Um, on an emotional roller coaster. That's how I've been. Sorry, I'm looking up at my laptop to see the comments. How have you been? I was rushing so that I could make sure that I was here on time. Okay, on time. Like I hopped in the shower, washed my hair, lotioned up, all that good stuff, so I could hurry up and get here. And I did it. Aren't we proud of me? Because y'all know I'll be like 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes behind sometimes. But hey, life happens. But it's good to be back. It's good to see you guys. Unfortunately, I feel like things have not gotten that much better, generally speaking, since the last time I probably did a live or talked to you guys, or with the whole, pandemic and all that good stuff. But been on one as well. Life is good though. That's good. Yeah, it happens. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I just wanted to catch up with you guys since I haven't been on, and I had somebody leave me a comment under one of my videos asking where I was and all that good stuff. So, hi Julie, thank you. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining today. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long unless y'all want to be on here. You know how we do. So if you're new and this is your first live, normally my lives are about an hour or so, which of course is probably normal for most people, but because I have a smaller following, I'm usually not expecting to be on there that long. But I will say, if you are new, make sure you go check out my first live because we had a blast. It was unscheduled. I just randomly decided to do it. No announcements, no polls, nothing. And we got on there and we had such a great time. So, if you want something just to laugh at, you can go watch that. And I want to say probably towards like the middle, maybe like the 30-minute mark or so is probably when all the shenanigans probably started, once everybody got through with introductions and everything. So for me, let's see, in which room, the room in which you keep all the food is air conditioned. Well, every room is going to be air conditioned for me because I live in an apartment, so I'm not in a house where I have like a basement or a cellar anymore. So yeah, that's my situation, Liz. Have you been finding any bargains lately? So yes, I just posted on my community tab some chicken that I found. I was able to get 20 pounds of chicken drumsticks for $12. So I vacuum sealed that, and that's back here in my deep freezer. So I got about let me see, because I really wasn't counting. I was on the phone with my mom while I was doing it. So I want to say I had 4 packs that had 9 drumsticks in it, and then 1 pack of 5, I want to say. So that's what I was able to get for the $12. Last year I did go to a different store and I was getting the same amount, but it was $10. So I mean, different stores, so I can't really say much about the $2 difference. One thing I can say though is the chicken that I got this year, it was so much better. Like the pieces were way bigger, whereas the boxes I had last year, it was a lot of mix between bigger and like puny pieces. So nobody had time for that. I really haven't been doing a lot of major shopping. You guys know that have been here from the beginning of the pandemic when I kind of started my pantry, that I started during that summer and I just went hard and I just sacrificed a lot so that I could build up for myself and my boys. But since then I haven't had to buy that much. For the most part now, I mainly go to the store just to get like eggs and milk, things like that, and bread. I do have some stuff that I want to do. Of course, I like to bake and things like that. So, I do post that kind of stuff sometime on my Instagram. I know a lot of you don't use Instagram or whatever, so like that's why you wouldn't see certain things or be able to go back to see food, I guess, that I've cooked. But I haven't really been into cooking. I don't know. Last summer during the pandemic, I was cooking basically like every day and just making smaller portions so we didn't have a bunch of leftovers and things like that. But now that one of my sons are gone, like he's living in his dorm room, I really don't cook that much, which is very weird even to me. So I don't know. Have you seen a lot of inflation in your area or food shortages? Absolutely. So just recently, about 2 weeks ago, my son came home for a visit from college for just a few days. And when I drove him back, we stopped at a Walmart that was about 30 minutes away from his campus because there's nothing surrounding him, like nothing, just mountains, right? So when we went there, I kind of glanced around a little bit. I got him his water, and while I was there, I did pick myself up the big bottles of 100% apple juice and the big containers of cranberry juice. Why? Because in my area, I could not find them for the last couple of months. Every time I went, there was only light apple juice. I don't want light apple juice. Like, I just don't. And then I like to buy the really big containers of Ocean Spray cranberry juice. So when I dropped him off, I actually swung back past that Walmart so that I could take a more thorough look. I bought some canning lids for like the wide mouth jars for my quart jars and stuff like that. There's been empty shelves in Walmart as far as like meat, but thankfully I have a lot in my deep freezer, so by just being two of us in the house now, it's not really that bad. I honestly don't eat a lot, and I'm working on it. It's not on purpose. It's just, as a lot of you probably know, whether it's jobs, taking care of elderly parents, just parental duties, whatever. Sometimes you just keep pushing off eating until it's like you just haven't. And so the food in here, for the most part, is pretty good. I go every now and then just to get stuff that we just want. Y'all know I like our butterfly shrimp, so I do try to get those when Food Line has them on sale. But other than that, depending on when you go, it could be the frozen vegetables are gone. I've noticed a lot of the frozen French fries will be gone a lot. I've noticed Walmart sometimes will move the water around the 40 packs that everybody likes to buy, so they'll have them by the bathroom, which is really weird. So once you check out, then you're like, oh, here's all the water, which that's kind of stupid, but yeah. Let's see. Life. I feel you on the apple juice. How does your son like college? Oh, he loves it. And the good thing is, I think he loves it because he chose exactly where he wanted to go. I didn't choose where he went. I didn't tell him where to go. I let him do it because I feel like you're the one that has to be there. Who has time to waste money, Chani? Like, I don't have the coins. I don't have the money to be just spending on education and things like that, and you don't even want to be there for real. So I left it up to him. But I will say that I'm 100% on board with where he chose to go and everything. He's having a great time. He's the life of the party. The staff knows him. The kids know him. Random people walk up to him like, hey, are you so and so? Like, his room is very popular. Every time I talk to him, someone's banging on the door. Everyone really loves the way I decorated his dorm room and everything. So it was really cool. It was a good experience for us. And we needed that because it came after a lot of bad news. So really quickly, so the reason I was gone is because I had multiple deaths. So I had a friend that I found out was in a car with another girl that I knew, and then a girl that I didn't know, and all three of them were in a car accident, and they died on the scene, and like the tree fell on the car, all that stuff. And so then a few days after that, I found out my grandmother wasn't doing as well. She had been sick, but she ended up passing away exactly a week after my friend had died. And the crazy part was I had saw her that Thursday, and then I went back down to see her on Saturday, and I was about 20 minutes from her house when I found out that she had already passed. So yeah, it was really traumatic trying to deal with that, and then having to move my son into college, preparing for that, having both of them graduate at the same time. It was just a huge journey trying to do everything, and not wanting to damper his excitement on what was going on, not wanting him to feel some sort of way or that he shouldn't be happy because of, everything that was going on. So, I moved him in, my dad went with me, and we had a really good time, doing everything. So that was pretty much how that is. He did go early. He moved on campus 3 weeks earlier. He did a program where he was able to take 2 classes, and he ended up earning 6 credits before he even started school. So he's already doing amazing. His grades are good as of the last time that he texted them to me. So he's taking exams. So yeah, everything is great. He loves it. Can you show your outfit of the day? Oh, I don't really have on an outfit, but yeah, it's just it's just like a little terry cloth, like I don't know, summer dress, I guess. I just use it to wear around the house. I don't know. Just something cheap, convenient, comfy that I just like to throw on when I walk around the house. I've learned so much from your videos. I started prepping some months ago, and I sleep better at night. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I'm always worried about the temperature in my garage. I do have it air conditioned. Yeah, see, I'm in an apartment, so I don't have that problem. But yeah, I definitely can understand your concern, with that. But all we can all do is just the best that we can do, right? I mean, we can try to prepare, but you can't prepare for everything. You never know what's going to happen. So like, if you had told me that I would have had that many people dying, exactly a week apart, and during this time, and not even from COVID, I would have been like, no. If you had told me my son would be in college right now, I would have been like, I'm not sure, because where's the money coming from? But blessings and having faith, scholarships, you know, our village. So, you know, you just got to take one day at a time and just do everything, you know, that you can do to get your pantry where you want it, to get your career where you want it, whatever it is. You just got to figure out what you want to do and just take the appropriate steps, you know, to get it done. Thank you, Mahogany. Yeah, he is. He's really doing really well. He loves it there. So I'm happy about that. And he's still doing track, so he's excited about that. And he's also still playing his instrument, even though he said the band there is kind of different than what he's used to at his school, which is funny because my son graduated from a predominantly white Catholic all boy high school. And yeah, he said when he went to band at his college, he said, Mom, these are like real band kids. And I said, what you mean? He said, I don't know. He said, it's just a different vibe. But, you know, I just told him, I said, well, that's part of life. And, you know, growing up, you know, you have to be able to associate with everyone, and that's a good thing, you know. Learn different people, you get exposed to different experiences. So that's how you go, you know, that's what you do. So right now I'm still working with stuff with my other son because his situation is a little different, being autistic. So I have more work to still do when it comes to that. But, you know, we have meetings set up, you know, for services and different things, and he seems to know what he wants to do. So hopefully I will have an update, you know, on what he's doing as time goes on. So that's how that's going. But yeah, I have been kind of checking around. Every time I go to my local grocery stores, I will look. So if I just stop at a grocery store for whatever random thing, I'll take a little stroll through the meat section just to see if they have like manager specials and things like that. Yes, learning about new culture is a plus. Yeah, and he didn't have a problem even being at a predominantly white high school. Like, he doesn't care. I mean, his roommate is from his high school, so they get along fine. They went to Ocean City to senior week together. They share a dorm room together now, so they're good. I don't worry. You know, I raised him to be cool. You be cool with everybody. I mean, I don't care what color you are, so I have friends, different races, different backgrounds, different religious beliefs. Like, it is what it is. You know, if we were all the same, the world would be boring, right? So, yeah, that's how that goes. But I would say, you know, right now, just keeping a track on your local grocery store, like your store ads, things like that. Also learning to shop at different places that maybe you don't typically shop at. For instance, I didn't used to shop at Food Lion or Giant on a regular basis because they're just expensive to me. However, I will check their store ads and see if they have anything worth buying. So I'll do that. And then if it's something specific that I want, then I'll go ahead and I'll do that. Let me see. Why is he saying hello? Love the clearance section in any store. Yes, I always check the clearance section at Walmart because you just never know what you're gonna find. Unfortunately, in one of my Walmarts, they have the clearance section in the dumbest place ever. So basically, when you go past the electronics, there's this aisle where you always see everyone bringing out the pallets from the back. That's where they put the clearance aisle. So most of the time, you either have to wait to get on the aisle because someone's bringing out giant pallets of water and other things, or there's just no room because they have like shelving and different things just laid up against the stuff. So I don't know, it's kind of annoying, but I like to go to different Walmarts and see what's popping. And like I said, the one by my son's school, which is in a more rural, less colorful area, their Walmart was pretty stocked. Yeah, I will say that their Walmart was pretty stocked. And so that Walmart is about an hour and a half from me. So I figured since I had to drive back past it after I dropped him off, I would go walk around the store, and I did, and it was beneficial. So, you know, that's it. But I'm really hesitant, like how everything is going, like around the world in different states, seeing everybody posting about the shortages they're experiencing. Like, it's really crazy to me. We all thought that we were finally getting close to like life somewhat returning to how it was, and I feel like we couldn't be more further away from that. Like, hello, hey, how are you? How is everything in Germany? Yeah, I feel like we're further away from things than we even imagine. Like, I tell my son that all the time. I'm like, even though you're in school, one thing that bothers me is, if there was one of those extreme situations where like the grid went down, or, we couldn't, I couldn't call him to say, hey, like I'm on my way. I'm like, we need some type of plan so that if something was to happen, like you already know I'm jumping in my car and I'm on the highway, I'm coming to get you. So you just need to be looking out. So that's kind of how that goes. And then the same thing like with my mom, because she lives about an hour from me. So I told her the same thing. I said, we have to figure out something, what we want to do if we were to end up in one of those type of situations. And she still has her stuff from when I told her to prep last year. So she said she was tired of eating pasta and different things, but that was just stuff she was taking that was quick for work. But for the most part, she's just now opening her rice that she bought last year. Since the last time you guys have saw my pantry tour, which if you haven't, you can go look at my videos for that. We've repackaged a lot of the like pasta and the rice and beans. I've also given away stuff, so like to family, to one of my son's classmates. So yeah, a lot of the stuff that was initially here or that you'll see like in the thumbnail of the pantry video, child, that been gone. Like I have two boys that been gone. So that's why I wasn't worried in the beginning about repackaging a lot of things. I know that was a concern from people that are like, oh, you're gonna have bugs, you're gonna have this. Honey, you can't have a bug in something that's not there. Like it has to be there for an extended period of time for that to even happen. So exactly. The clearance section is basically in the garden section where I am. I sure didn't think that the same exact thing was happening. Things will happen. Yes, you need a plan. Yeah, you do. Like I'm all good with him, being where he is. I mean, I was cool if he wanted to go out of state, wherever he wanted to go. But I just told him like if something bad was to happen, like I can't even call you and say, hey, look out for me. So you just need to know that if something happens, as long as I can get to you, like I'm on the highway and I'm on my way. So, make sure you outside looking out for your mom. So yeah, that's how that's been going. But I'll try to do, I did recently redo my deep freezers. Now I'm not gonna lie, I do have, especially my older deep freezer, I have a lot of like buildup of ice. And at this point, it doesn't really bother me because I feel like if the power goes out, it's just a little extra ice, a little extra cooling, to help out with things. And ironically, our power has actually went out twice. Now it wasn't specific to my apartment. It was just like an area thing. So it's went out twice. It was once right before my son came home 2 weeks ago, and then 2 days ago. So that was kind of nerve wracking because y'all know I have like two deep freezers and then my regular fridge and freezer. So yeah, I don't know, but what's done is done. The food is here. It's vacuum sealed. It's in there. Some stuff is just in freezer bags. So I'll try to do a video showing you guys what I have now in the freezer. Pretty much a lot of the same, but a little more organized. And all the like smoothie stuff is right on top that I use, now on a daily basis. And then like a few ice cream things that I've found on sale that I just bought because I was out of the house. Let me see. I cleaned out. Want to restock. Yeah, I say 3 months and keep it in rotation. Exactly. So that's exactly what I did, broadside. So I went on ahead and I went through my deep freeze. I took everything out, and y'all know I have a glass table, so my table was a hot mess when I got done from all the condensation. Like I had to wipe the top, I had to dry off the underside. It was horrible, but I did take all of the chicken that I had just purchased and vacuum sealed, and I put that at the bottom of the deep freezer. I also had found some ribs on sale, some country style pork ribs. They were on a manager special, so I did vacuum seal those, and I put those on the bottom as well. And so all the chicken that I had from before is kind of on the top, and then my other deep freezer has more like my hamburger and then a few packs of chicken, the ones that I'm not going to vacuum seal because I'm going to use those, soon. Like vacuum seal bags are so expensive, so I don't want to vacuum seal literally everything that I bring in the house because I just feel like it would just be a waste. Once you pass a certain amount of preps, it's hard to keep it in rotation. Yeah, it is, but some stuff, so because the boys were here when I started, they were home eating, and then, like I said, other stuff I gave away. Not to mention, some stuff is not things that you would use on a regular day anyway. For instance, if you have a stock of like powdered sugar or brown sugar or extracts, things like that, that's not something that I necessarily use every single day. So those are good. They're just, sitting on the shelf. Um, the only thing I think use the most, like as far as rotating, is like my broccoli. I have corn on the cob, things like that. So like the frozen veggies, I do try to go through those, and then the next time Food Lion might have a sale, I'll pick up something from there, and then sometime I pick up stuff from Walmart. It kind of just all depends on who has what in stock, and if I really don't have a reason to go to one store versus the other, then I'll just go ahead and buy it at the one I'm at, just to kind of save myself time. I don't drive a lot, to be honest. And no, I'm not one of those like scary people who's like, oh my gosh, I can't drive, someone's gonna hit me. It's just I don't have a reason to, and I just don't have the desire to be up in the store all the time, especially after everything I did last year. That's just the last place I'm trying to be right now. So I usually go late when there's not a lot of people, which is what I always kind of did, once the boys were older. And that's pretty much that. That's why I miss 24-hour Walmart. Oh, I miss it so much because I'm that person who would go to Walmart at like 2 in the morning and it would be nothing. Let's see. I just made mac and cheese with cheese I had bought a year out of my freezer. It was delicious. I keep meat for a year vacuum sealed in my freezer. Exactly, exactly. So that's what we've been doing. Using our hamburger up, things like that. So, yep. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in the DMV area. So I'm in the Northeast. And right now, the price of everything is like skyrocketed. I also posted another thing that I saw at my local grocery store. It was the Chuck Rose. So in our store, for that size, it was initially $30, and they had it on sale for $15 if you were a member of the store. So I mean, there were other prices and things depending on what size you chose to get, but I don't know. I feel like the meat everywhere is kind of bad. So a lot of times, what I'll do is I will call my dad and like, hey, like, is this a good price? Like, I'll send him a picture of stuff because he's kind of in the store. He's been shopping for a long, long time. So I figure he should know. And then I'll contact other people who I know buy specific things all the time, or people that I know like are into like meat and do like meat competitions and things like that. So I know that they stay in that area a lot. So I kind of ask them like, what do they think about the price that I'm seeing? I also assure it keeps good vacuumed, but meat gets dark and even vacuumed, it got burned, so I had to get rid of it. Oh no, that's too bad. Yeah, well, like they say, nothing is 100%, right? I guess it comes with the territory. I have been like rewatching some older videos on like canning and things like that. Like I still have things that I want to do, but it also comes down to space. So if I'm gonna can, like I have to be, you know, very careful, methodical on which things I choose to can, because it's going to take up the little bit of space that I have. So that's what I'm thinking, maybe rice, because that is something that I notice a lot, that when we come home and we want to have like a stir fry or something like that, we like to have rice with it, and it's like annoying having to wait that extra 20 minutes or so to get the rice going. So no apologies necessary. I don't Your English is fine to me. You're good. Yeah, you're good. No judgments. Yeah, I was watching some girl on YouTube that she was from Germany, but she lives here in the United States now. And I thought it was crazy because I know that over there, I believe you guys have like free tuition for college. And she said that she didn't go to college, and I was like, what? Honey, if I was over there and college was free, honey, I'd have me like 1,000 degrees, just in everything. Never had that problem. I check my freezer for that. I guess it all depends. Yeah, and I'm surprised. Like my deep freezer, my older one, I've had that for like 11 years now. And I'm surprised, like, it's still going. I'm like, yes. Because who has the money to pay for them right now? I mean, I have noticed that I've been seeing deep freezers here and there pop up in the store. I don't know what it's like where you guys are. I know everyone was having problems where they couldn't find a lot of appliances and things like that. People's furniture was on back order. So it's not free, but you get a hand from the government. Okay. Never had that problem. Yeah, so yeah, well, we need all the hands that we can get to pay for that money. She said that's a good freezer. Really? I actually got it from Walmart. Literally the day I moved in my apartment. I want to say that one is a GE, and yeah, I literally had it since like that first week that I came here. And usually my little son is the one, he like takes the hammer and kind of like gets the ice and stuff out of there for me, but he's not here, so I guess I gotta go do it. But I mean, it's still holding on. So, I try to make sure that it's still working. I look to see, check the lights, make sure it's always plugged in. That there's nothing going on with it. I mean, I know I probably need to replace the seal, but it's not to the point that it's affecting my food. So I don't even care. And this one, of course, you guys know I got during the pandemic, if you're not a new person. But I did purchase this one when I found it from Lowe's. And that one was from Walmart. And this one so far is doing pretty well as well. I always take the little basket out of mine because I want to utilize all the space. So usually where that basket goes is where I put like extra like butter and things like that for like baking. So yeah, that's kind of how that's been going. But hopefully, it gives me some more years. Like I don't know how long it's gonna last, but cross your fingers, that it'll be pretty good. The rest of the stuff in my freezer, my regular freezer, I just kind of keep stuff for my son, stuff that I know he's gonna use on a regular basis, so that way it doesn't end up getting shuffled down to the bottom of the deep freezer through looking for everything. Have been canning a lot. That's why I need to restock. Okay, what have you been canning, Mahogany? Because I don't know. Like, I was thinking about canning potatoes. Just for those months when I don't want to go outside and it's cold. But then I wasn't sure because I know some people were saying different things about what they do with the canned potatoes. And so my main reason that I would want them would be more so to be able to make mashed potatoes, because I'm a mashed potatoes and gravy kind of girl. But most of the people I hear talk about potatoes through canning use them in like soups and their stews, and they say that they've been air frying them and things like that. So I don't know if that's the only thing I'm gonna be able to do with them, then I really don't care per se. But if I could use them for making other stuff, then I would definitely do that. I was watching Homestead Hearts video again on what did she can? Oh, the red beans with the sausage. So I was thinking about doing something like that because that is definitely something that we like to eat in this house. It's red beans and rice. So I was thinking about doing that. I'm not really pressed about doing like things like applesauce or a whole bunch of fruit, just because it's kind of harder where I live to get bigger, bulkier quantities of that, and enough to like actually make it worth running the canner and then for it to be a good price. And right now the price of everything is kind of like just terrible. So I have to be really choosy with what I choose to spend money on right now when I have college tuition to pay for and then everyday life. Canned spaghetti with meat, smoked turkey, chicken and onions and peppers and ghee. Okay, girl, you was on the move today. Okay, I see you. Yeah, onions. That was another one that I was thinking about doing. I did watch a lot of videos and I saw a lot of people put theirs in their crock pot, even though some people were saying that you can just cook it on the stove, which for me personally, I probably would just cook mine on the stove because I have this really big pan that's not real high on the side, but it's really wide, and so I would be able to fit a whole lot in there. And so sauteed onions, mushrooms for me, because mushrooms for some reason every time I buy them lately, especially from specific places, I notice they don't last as long and it's really annoying. So by the time I want to use it, they're already going bad or I have to throw it away. So that would definitely be something that I want. like, because I love putting like sauteed onions and things like that in my spaghetti. I put onions in my scrambled eggs. I put it in like our breakfast burritos. I put it on like if we make like what is it, Salisbury steak, that kind of thing, or just like on our regular hamburgers, you know. So those are the kind of things that we like to put ours on, and nobody has time to keep going back and forth to the store. Like, I just have no desire to be in the store right now any more than I have to. I don't want to go. I'm not going to buy clothes. I'm not buying anything right now that I don't necessarily need. And Lord knows I don't need any clothes because I barely go anywhere, so I don't really use anything. I mainly just go through like my house clothes for the most part. Like, I just throw on a t-shirt or some jeans and I run out to the store for like an hour or two, and then I come back and then I'm done. So there's just no need to buy anything. Actually, one of my cousins just got married on the 2nd of October, and I literally had to go to the store to buy a dress for the wedding because, like, who's been buying dresses the last year? Like, I know I haven't. I didn't have a reason to. And then the other ones, they just weren't appropriate for, wedding attire. So, but I don't know who you guys have been, watching on other channels, because of course there are a lot of preppers, there are a lot of homestead channels. Like, everyone now is like putting homestead at the end of their name, even if they've had a channel for a long time, things like that. I don't necessarily know that I'm gonna change my channel name. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that with the other channel that I had a long time ago, I wouldn't mind maybe reviving that so that I could be able to interact and talk with you guys on other things other than just, the canning and the deals that I find and stuff like that. Have you started canning? Homestead Heart gave me the encouragement to do, and I've been doing it ever since. I just buy t-shirts for work. Exactly. Like, y'all know I'm a Five Below girl, so I stay at Five Below buying t-shirts. If not, I'm at the thrift stores, but even those are expensive now. But when I was actually shopping, 5 years ago or so, I was always finding amazing deals. So again, I have thrift haul videos. They're older, but I mean, it really doesn't matter when you're watching a thrift haul video. It doesn't matter whether I posted it yesterday, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, because realistically, no matter what I got, it was local to my store. So it's not like you could have got it. So, you could just go check it out, see the deals that I found, things like that, when you need something to watch. But yeah, I haven't done any more canning since the first time that I did it. And you guys know, when I did canning the first time, I did chicken legs, and I want to say I did hot and cold pack. And then I also did the beef stew meat that I had got on sale at Target. That's all I had done so far. So I did think about doing the rice, like I said, the red beans and rice, things like that. But I don't know. Like, I kind of wanted to make some jellies, but I figured that could be like a fun project, making jams and jellies, with the kids, stuff like that. Just to have something simple to do, because I haven't done any water bath canning. I actually started with pressure canning first, so, which I guess most people probably start with water bath canning. And then I saw that everyone, well, certain people have mentioned steam canning, so that wouldn't be a bad idea, just for the simple fact, not only does it save you time as far as like the water, but then you're using less water, so that's, less water going down the drain when you got to pour it out, trying to save money all the way around. But I don't want to have to go out and buy another item because I don't have room to buy every single thing. So, I am glad that I have my vacuum seal attachments so that I can do my jar. So actually, that's what's behind me right here. So I'll bring this one over so you guys can see it. Did I put? Oh yeah. So these are some of the mason jars that I got. These are, what is this one? Golden Harvest. So yeah, these are the Golden Harvest jars. And so in here I just have some lemon pepper seasoning in here. So this is like a bunch of my bulk spices and stuff like that. So I have stuff like white pepper, black pepper, curry powder, Italian seasoning, Parsley. What else did I have in there? um Citric acid, paprika, chili powder, onion powder, things like that. So that's what I have going on in there. And then in my cabinet, I was able to take out a lot of the bigger containers and just keep like some smaller ones. I would like to make it all cute and everything and have like all the little small matching jars, but again, in my mind, yeah, the aesthetic of that would be nice, but that's just another thing to go spend money on. And the way my mind is set up is like, is it really that serious? Like maybe I should just leave it as it is. So yes, you must have your seed. Yeah, like I have everything. I have rosemary. Oh, I have a lot of cinnamon because you know for just like baking and stuff like that. I think that one I still have about 6 jars in this one that are empty, and then in this one right here, I think all of these are full, and I think this one just has like some cumin in it. But yeah, like that's what I have so far. In that I had a lot of my spices on the shelf that I showed you guys when I did the pantry tour. So now they're just kind of in the jars taking up space, mainly because with these jars I wasn't really sure about pressure canning in them. I've heard mixed reviews about pressure canning in certain brands of jars, so I figured since I already had them and I had got them on a really good deal, um I figured why not? Like this box right here says 8.75, but it's a yellow sticker, and at Dollar General that means that it was at least half price. So you figure I paid maybe $4, and some change for that whole 12 thing of jars. So I think that's really good. So that's why I did go and look around and see if they had lids. I noticed that Walmart does have the lids for Golden Harvest now, so you get 12 in a box for about $2.47, I want to say. So that's what I've been doing for that. When I dropped my son off and I went back to that Walmart, I did pick up the wide mouth lids. I picked up I think about 5 packs, and I do have a few packs of the Care brand jars, or Kerr, however you say it. I don't know, but I picked up some of those last year. So those were the smaller jars. So I thought that maybe I would use those for, some jellies or jams, things like that. Hey there, love. New stuff here. Hi, Purple City Prepping. Thanks for joining. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so last night I was actually looking at one of Alaska Preppers videos, and I had recently went on my phone to look the Walmart app, and I wanted to look up generators, like solar power generators, because like I said, I live in an apartment, so having like a regular generator is not really the move. I'm not trying to blow up. Not like that. So I was looking at the solar power generators, and then I noticed in his live chat that he did, someone asked him about how to pick out a generator based on what you have in your house, and he was saying that he had a video on it. So I did go back through his videos because I was behind. Not only had not been posting on my channel because of all the passings and all that, but I really hadn't been watching anyone else either, so I had to kind of play catch up. But I was able to find his video on that, and I do want to try to get something, since I do have the deep freezers in here, and we have had 2 incidences, which is, I feel like everybody spoke it up, because everyone, when we used to do these lives, we're always talking about, well, what if the power goes out? What if the power goes out? And I'm like, we don't have that problem. And then boom, here we are a year later. And it's like it's happened 2 times. Now it hasn't been anything like major. It'll go out for like a couple hours, and then that's that. But and most of the time when it happens, like automatically we know, because I get a text message from like our internet provider, because of course if the power went off then the Wi-Fi box goes off, so they'll alert us to say, hey, like your service is off, it should be fixed by this time. And so that is really helpful. It keeps us kind of in the loop. So I'm glad that it hasn't lasted too long. I think the first time it went out, it was off for maybe 2 hours max. And then the other day, I honestly couldn't tell you because I was asleep when it went off, and I didn't go to bed until probably around 6 o'clock that morning anyway. So when I got up around 8 something, it was off. So that was annoying because my phone didn't charge. The lids are hard to find. It cost me almost $8 online for the wide mouth lids. I was shocked. So whenever I see them, I get them with a quickness. Yeah, that was why I did it. So actually, when I was in the store, my other son was at home. So I actually called him. I did a video call with him and I had him show me the jars that I had to make sure I was getting the right ones. Because you guys know everyone was freaking out last year when they couldn't find jars and lids and all this different stuff. I mean, I still have more things I want to do, but I'm gonna have to do like a Amazon order probably to get it. I know that a lot of people have like their own ways of doing stuff. So for all of us out here that's watching, anybody, you know, it's kind of like picking and choosing which things we want to try, which things we willing to invest in and things like that. Because I know like with Alaska Prepper, he's big on using oxygen absorbers, even in his mason jars, whereas other people are like, they just, you know, vacuum seal it in the jar and then they don't add an oxygen absorber. So, you know, I guess it's just picking and choosing what you want to do and what you want to pay for. So that's what I'm kind of looking at right now. I still do have some of my big 25-pound bags of flour and sugar, even though I did give some away. But I noticed when I went to one store, they did have a few in. When I looked at the bean aisle the other day when I went to the store, it was pretty sparse, but they had, let me see, they had a one box of like black beans. I want to say it was black beans, and then what else was it? Those really big bags of pinto beans, like the ones that I showed you guys at my hauls. They had maybe about 4 on the shelf, and then Walmart has a tendency of keeping stuff like at the very top too. So there was a little bit of stuff up there, not a whole lot. I noticed that what they've been doing is pulling everything to the front of the shelves to make it look good. So when you're walking down the aisle and you look down, you're like, oh, like it's full, but it's really not. They just like pulling everything to the front, which is what they were supposed to do from the beginning. That's the most irritating part. Like all the Walmart employees that were there, they were never doing that. So you always had to like reach and stretch and get everything from way back in the back of the shelf. And it's like now that they have limited supplies, now all of a sudden they're having them bring everything to the front. It's like, really? Like y'all should have been doing that. So I don't know. We'll see, you know, how this plays out. I just feel like right now, I don't even know what to do. Like I feel like I try to be prepared, but at this point I don't know what else to do, because no matter what thing we're faced with, either the food shortages or the COVID stuff, whether people believe it's real, whether they don't believe it's real, like it's a lot. It's a lot. And then we have people talking about it's going to be a really brutal winter and, you know, just grids going down. It's just a lot of stuff that people are having to deal with right now. So, you know, I hope that all that, you know, alcohol and things that people are buying supposedly for bartering, that they're not just over there throwing it back, because this is not the time to be tipsy and drunk, okay? You need to be alert and know what the hell's going on. Like, this is not that time. Let me see who. Humble Lion. Hey, how are you? Yes, it has been. The Aries in me. Hi. Thank you. What did I miss? The ending of life, the beginning of a new career, of new challenges, you know, all kind of things. All kind of things. D Dot, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Mahogany, just an illusion. Like, I don't know, like, don't you guys feel like when we first, like, let's go back, like, seriously, let's go back to March, right, when this first happened, and we were like, oh, like, the kids are out of school for like 2 weeks, nothing major, right? And then you fast forward through how everything happened. In the summer, we were like wearing bandanas as masks and stuff like that before wearing masks was really a thing. And then next thing you know, we were buying surgical masks and we were wearing that, and we were standing outside in lines. Like, who would have ever thought, right? Like, the only time people normally stand in line is when new Jordans come out, or like, I don't know, when new video game systems come out, things like that. Black Friday. But just for like a regular day of grocery shopping, no one had to do that. And it just was like a real eye opener to like how used we were to the way things have been versus how other people had to deal with things way back when. So, you know, it definitely, I would say, a very humbling experience for all of us. and then thinking like, okay, so things are getting a little better, they're lifting up stuff, there's not so many curfews, there's not so many lockdowns, and then oh boom, now there's this vaccine, so now we have this as an option if you want it, and then next minute you know it's like, okay, then we had people attacking the Capitol building and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, bruh, what is going on? It's like everybody is like losing their minds. It's like whether you believe in COVID or not, there's all they're saying is it's a virus. Well, one thing we do know for sure is that viruses are a thing. So it's like whether you want to believe that this one is real or not, it's like if you're right, kudos. If you're wrong, you could end up dead though. So I don't know. I don't know. To each their own, I guess. You know, you gotta. I guess you do what you gotta do. Thank you. It's good to be seen. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to, figure out everything, take everything one step at a time. With the prices of everything shooting up, the availability of items just not like it was. All these articles now about how companies are going to be limiting like flavors. So for instance, if you were buying Smucker's jam or jellies and stuff like that, like there might not be the same flavors on the shelf in order for them to keep up with demands. I was looking at Alaska Prepper's article where he was showing that they were saying like Sour Patch Kids and all kind of other random things, were going to be hard to find. It's like, like this is really crazy. Like, is this really life right now? It doesn't even seem real. It's like I would have never in a million years thought like I'd be going through something like this. Just when you thought you could relax. Exactly. When you had a little glimpse like, okay, we're about to be back outside, okay? We're gonna be outside. And it's like, nah, we back inside. We just back inside. Like I've honestly been chilling. Like I definitely miss going out and hanging out with people, going on dates, all that good stuff, going out to dinner and movies. But honey, I don't need you breathing on me right now because I don't know where you've been. Okay, I don't know where you've been. And like in those sci-fi movies, how they take the person out the suit and then they like spraying them all down. Like that's what I'm gonna need for you to have before you walk through my door. Like I'm gonna need one set up right there, and you're gonna have to go through the spray because I don't know. Like everyone forgets that even this is not about whether you're cool with somebody, whether they're family, share your DNA. It's not about that. It's just about safety. And I don't want your germs. Like, I just don't. So, now I'm not going to say, like, I don't leave my house or I don't do anything specifically just because, like, I'm scared I'm going to get COVID or nothing like that. Like, no, it's just I'm chilling. Like I just don't have a reason to just be out here spending money just to be spending it when I have priorities and things I have to do. So, but I do miss going salsa dancing. Like, oh, I miss it so much. I do. Like I had just started going back out again, like the February before pandemic started, and so like it hurt my heart that I had to, be back in the house. But exactly, safety first. My thing is better safe than sorry, right? Like I'm not a paranoid person. I'm not somebody who's like overreacting to everything. Like I'm not like, oh my gosh, like if I go to the grocery store and someone's too close, like they're gonna give it to me. Like no, it's not that serious. It's not. It's just priorities. Like I'm a mom. I have other people to think about. And even though my kids are older, I don't care. Like I didn't go through all of this for it to be something like this that's about to take us out of here like that. Now, obviously, we can't control what happens, but that doesn't mean you can't make smarter decisions on what you choose to do. And right now, it's nobody that I need to see per se that's like that important that especially if I know you're somebody who's like out and about everywhere. Now, if you were somebody that I knew you were chill and like you were pretty much always in your house, not like a prisoner, but like you didn't have a bunch of people always around that never, that was always too close to you and just doing the most, maybe. Like I guess we can all make exceptions for everything. I guess most of us have made exceptions for certain people, but like if you're not the one, if you're not the one, then I don't really need to see you. Like call me, we can video call, we can do whatever we need to do, but I'm not trying to be out there like that. Like you're not my husband, you're not my fiance, you're not my man. Why do I need you breathing all on my neck? that's too close. That's just how I feel. I know it's on camera, it probably looks weird, but I'm drinking apple juice. I just put it in my water bottle. I know y'all are probably like, what the heck are you drinking? Like, what are you drinking, sis? But yeah, other than that, everything's pretty much it's good, you know, like nothing specific is going on. Um, just been working around the house. Finally did laundry. Praise the Lord. Won't he do it? Okay. Y'all, I had so much laundry, like y'all would judge me, okay? And I would deserve it. Like I had so much laundry that I needed to do. But it's because I always let them do laundry first. So, and since I always find those good deals, you know, $1 shirts and things like that, I always had something to wear. So in the dirty clothes it went, and in the closet I went to pick out something else. I never really had to stay on top of it, but I did that. I put everything up. I even went through and got rid of some stuff, so it kind of made me want to open my Poshmark back up. But then I thought, that could be a premature thing, because right now I feel that way because I'm just overlooking at it, and because my Poshmark was actually doing well, not to mention I'm not really going anywhere. So it's like, I could just make some money. But realistically, the hope is that things are gonna get better and we will be back out in them streets. Okay, we're gonna be in the streets, not for the streets, but in the streets. Okay, and we'll have somewhere to wear our stuff. So I will start trying to put more stuff on, you know, the community tab. So make sure you check out the community tab. And if you're like, what the heck is a community tab? Well, when you go to YouTube, okay, as soon as you open everything up, if you go to your homepage, you'll see where it's like little lists. Sometimes it's polls. Sometimes it could just be a comment. It could be a picture of something that's specifically from the person. So it's not a video, and you can vote on things. You can leave comments, things like that. Basically, it's like Instagram in a way, like how you just post something. So that's kind of what it looks like. Oh, good night, Mahogany. Good to see you again. So yeah, that's kind of how that's been going for me. So I felt like, you know, I'm not gonna jump the gun. I noticed that towards the end of things, I did start buying like a lot more chill things, just a lot of like sweatshirts and hoodies, t-shirts, things like that, because that's honestly what I wear the most. Like, I know, like, I look all girly and stuff, I guess, but on most days, like, I'm in some Air Max and some jeans and a t-shirt and a jacket. Like, that's my go-to. Like, I got a scarf or something, a hat, I don't know, something on my head, and like I'm just chilling. Like, I'm chilling, I'm running to the store, running my errands, taking care of what I need to do, and that's that. A lot of places haven't allowed people back in, so a lot of my meetings that I have, for the most part, I'm just sending emails, phone calls, video. Like, I have a video, a Google Meet meeting set up for like next week. So nothing really requires me to have to leave the house if I don't really want to. So I guess it's more so my lifestyle that right now things have calmed down a lot and I'm more chill. Why, I guess to some people, they would just be like, oh my gosh, like, she doesn't want to leave her house, like she's one of those paranoid people who think she's gonna get COVID. It's like, nah, I just don't think you're worth me coming out the house to potentially get COVID. But I'm in the house because, like, I can get everything done in here. Like, I'm talking to you guys right now. That's work. I am working. Like, I'm on here. It didn't require me to leave the house. Last night, I had planned on actually going live because I wanted to take you guys around this store that's in my area. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it because the music was so freaking loud. So that was the only downside. And that was the only reason why I didn't do it, because I just didn't want to deal with the whole like copyright and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been, you know, going on with me, you know, just adjusting to, you know, people dying and, you know, moving my son into school, taking stock of my preps. I'm doing pretty well. I have a few things I do want to get, you know, more of, but other than that, that's about it. So I am going to let you guys go. It is 8 o'clock. You know, we've been on here for about an hour, and I don't know about you guys, but if you're someone who's a fan of The Blacklist, hello. Season 9 is starting what? right now. So I'm gonna let you guys go in case you want to watch that, because I do. So I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you look out for the videos. I'm gonna try to give you, like I said, a tour of what's going on in this deep freezer here, the one over there, and then, you know, my regular freezer. I'll try to give you an updated look at what I still have on my shelves. All of the cereal you guys saw in the thumbnail for my pantry haul part 2, that has been gone. Like, for all those people who were like, oh my gosh, why is it so much cereal? That cereal been gone so long. Like, honey, it's a wrap. So I have replaced it a little bit. So at this point, there's like maybe 4 boxes of cereal in there. So yeah, everything I told you was true. Everything I bought, it was gonna be eaten. It's gone. And then other stuff my son took to his dorm room. So that's another reason why I have stuff. So I'm gonna go because Blacklist is on. I enjoy catching up with you guys and talking to you. I'll put out another poll. Maybe make sure you check the tab, or either I'll try to put a video. Let me know like what days work better for you guys as far as doing lives, and then maybe we could just pick like a specific day that we do it every day around like what other people are doing, other YouTubers and things like that that you guys watch. So take care, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, y'all. All right, let's get out of here.